Now, Your Excellency, in the fall of 1880, you ran for governor of the state of Missouri, correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
And in the fall of 1880, you wrote to your dear friend, Major Neal, a letter, did you not?
I'm sure I've written more than one, and probably more than one at that time.
Well, you've been sitting through this trial, have you not, Governor?
I've been right there.
Yes. So you're aware that, in fact, in the fall of 1880, you wrote a particular letter to your dear friend, Major Neal, are you not?
That's right. At the time before I was elected.
That's right.
Yeah.
And that letter is Government's Exhibit 3. And in the course of writing this letter to your dear friend and confidant, Major Neal, you told him you were deeply worried about the damage wrought upon the economy and reputation of our great state by Jesse James, correct?
Among other things, yes.
And you were so concerned about the negative impact on the economy and the reputation of our great state
Among
that
other things.
you were going to run your entire campaign based upon the proposition that ridding Missouri of the James Gang forever is our utmost priority, correct?
And other cutthroat gangs as well, yes.
And you told Major Neal in the letter the sorts of means that you were prepared to use to rid Missouri forever of the James Gang, did you not?
I don't think I enumerated a list of all the possibilities.
You certainly enumerated some, did you not? For example, you said Jesse James must be taken out.
That's true.
What did you mean by that, Governor?
I meant we need to get him off the streets.
Ah, a curious interpretation of the phrase, but I'll accept that. You also said, did you not, that you closed your letter with this declaration, be it by an assassin's bullet or an executioner's noose, James must be stopped once and for all. You wanted him dead, didn't you, Governor?
I did not necessarily want him dead.
Oh? What is the customary result of an assassin's bullet, Governor?
Be it by assassin's bullet or executioner's noose.
What's the customary result of an executioner's noose, Governor?
I would hope that it would
Death,
be death.
is it not, Governor?
Yes.
You wanted him dead.
That was one of the options that I had on the table.
I see. You were in any case elected in 1880, were you not?
That is, I was elected, yes.
And you, of course, took immediate action to stop this reign of terror by the James.
That is correct.
You called out the militia.
I did not.
No. You deputized a special posse.
I didn't, but sheriffs across the state did.
No, but they'd been doing that before you were elected.
Exactly.
Isn't that right?
Right.
Yes. But you ran on a platform that you were going to do something different. Isn't that right, Governor?
Well, different in that hopefully we would get success where we had not had success before.
Now, in fact, you concluded, did you not, Governor, that ordinary law enforcement methods wouldn't work against this gang of vicious killers?
We did not conclude that. In July of 1881, we concluded that we needed to add something new to the mix.
And that something new was a reward, was it not?
That is right.
And so, of course, you immediately went to the democratically elected legislators who certainly shared your concern about this scourge, and you went to them and you asked for reward money.
Well, not in July.
Did you ever ask them for reward money?
In July, the legislature is not in session, sir.
At any point, from your inauguration until
Yes.
July, did you ask the legislature of the state of Missouri to appropriate money for a large reward?
I was able to get a large reward without going to the legislature.
That wasn't my question, Governor. Did you go to the elected representatives of this great state to obtain any money?
You're asking, did I wait until September, October, when the legislature was in session to get a reward authorized by them? No, I did not.
You had mentioned something about a $300 limit.
That's correct.
Was the legislature in session at any time in the first half of 1881?
Yes.
And at any point in the first half of 1881, did you approach them about raising money for a reward?
Not for any more than $300.
Not for more than $300. You didn't think that the legislature might share your concern about this scourge and be willing to put up public funds for this purpose?
Well, I'm glad that you agree that he was a scourge on the state, Counselor. And I would also inform you that the triggering event in July, where we went to get the additional money, there was a triggering event that did not occur in January, February, March. The triggering event was the murder of 2 innocent people in Daviess County when the James gang robbed the train.
Oh, so it was for the first time in July of 1881, you realized the James gang was a gang of murdering cutthroats? That was the first time you realized it?
No.
No, in fact, you'd run on a platform of
right.
eliminating him from this state. And during the entire first half of your first year in office, you made no attempt to go to the publicly elected representatives of the state to obtain reward money, did you?
No, did not ask for anything more than $300.
You didn't ask the legislature to raise the limit.
I did not.
Perhaps because the democratically elected legislature of this state didn't see in the James gang the same reign of terror that you did, perhaps.
Objection, Your Honor. That's calls for speculation.
Sustained.
No evidence of that.
So, in any event, you decided to privatize law enforcement in the summer of 1881, correct?
No.
You went to the railroads in order to obtain the money that you were unwilling to ask the taxpayers for, correct?
I was not unwilling to ask the taxpayers. The triggering event occurred in July 15th of 1881, and that was the pocket of money that I had available to me at that time.
I see. And so you did, in any case, go to the railroads, who were your political backers, and you asked them for money for a large reward. You met with them a number of times, did you not?
I met with them on the issue of getting a reward.
Yes.
My recollection is I met with him once in July, probably July 28th, Thursday in St. Louis.
That was the first contact you had with any representative of a railroad?
Well, you asked having to do with this reward.
Any reward?
It was my understanding that was, yes, any reward.
The first time you ever spoke with any representative of a railroad about any reward for the capture or killing of Jesse James was in late July of 1881?
That is my best recollection, is that the killing on the train was July 15th. I got a telegram on exactly 7 days later, the following Friday. Finnis and I talked about how we were going to handle it. He arranged a meeting with me and the railroad on the following Thursday, and it was at that meeting that we talked about coming up with a $5,000 reward.
Now, the railroads wanted a permanent solution to the James gang problem, did they not?
As did I.
And in fact, when you talked to the representatives of the railroads, you found out that at least some of the railroads with whom you were speaking weren't entirely satisfied that the law could provide the necessary permanence. Isn't that right?
You're talking about the Thursday, the 28th meeting?
I'm talking about any meeting that you had with the railroads.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch your question.
Let me repeat it then.
Thank you.
Isn't it true, Governor, that you became aware in your communications with the railroads that a number of them, the number of the money men who backed you politically, a number of the money men who were supposedly going to provide this reward, were not satisfied that the law could provide the necessary permanent solution to the James problem?
I disagree with that.